Yeah, I think reports of Sandman's death have been greatly exaggerated. This card got a big change in this week's patch alongside a bunch of controversial changes. A lot of discourse out there. You guys feel free to talk about the patch in the comments below, love it or hate it. And for Sandman, he went from an ongoing effect to an on reveal. So instead of impacting the rest of the game, he only affects a single turn, which is really important for ramp decks that were playing Sandman, cheating him out early, hoping to impact multiple turns at the end of the game. Now Sandman limited to that one single turn of disruption. But to make up for that, importantly, Sandman got 3 extra power, which is a really significant power difference, and it makes Sandman less of a risk to play on turn 5 when it comes to maintaining a lead or priority. So what you can do now with Sandman is kind of shift how you play this card and just go for a bunch of early game stats and tempo, just playing down bodies on curve every single turn, making sure you go into turn 5 with a big power lead across multiple locations. And then what happens is if you play Sandman on turn 5 and your opponent can only play a single card on that turn 6, they can't flip multiple locations. So when you're ahead in 2 spots, maybe you can flip that 3rd. Sometimes you're ahead in all 3 spots, the opponent can only flip 1. With cards like Dr. Doom and Leader to either match or just cover across the entire field, on your own turn 6, you can often just overcome whatever they're trying to do anyway. So basically creating a kind of checkmate scenario where you get so far ahead with tempo that you just lock them out of the game on turn 6, where they don't have any plays or options. They just can't flip enough locations because they're so restricted to a single card. You know, some decks will have a Dr. Doom to accommodate. Some decks will have Hela to overcome that as well. So this doesn't work perfectly in this specific meta, specifically because of Hela right now being a great turn 6 way to kind of work around this game plan and dump a bunch of stats later. Silver Surfer can also kind of do that as well. If they get enough stuff down, that Singular Surfer can sometimes overwhelm you as well. That said, I still had a positive win rate with this. I went 8-6 with this today, which is, you know, not amazing, but pretty solid result. But I think more importantly, this is not refined. So number one, this deck could actually just be improved a little bit, better cards, better tempo, whatever. I saw Lambie series had a list as well that did a similar sort of thing, so his might already be better than this one, for instance. But more importantly, perhaps, I think this is a strategy and an archetype that we need to keep in mind moving forward, because if Hela, for instance, kind of goes away in the meta, loses some popularity, something like this could be an absolute monster, could be actually terrifying in a new meta. It could be an overwhelming force that just really limits people for those final turn 6s. And by the way, this is called Lotheb. Many of you will have no idea what that name means if you didn't play Hearthstone. But there used to be a 5-cost card in Hearthstone that would increase the cost of all of your opponent's spells. So what you could do is like play a bunch of stuff early, slam Lotheb on turn 5, and kind of lock out your opponent from reacting to your board of stuff. That's exactly what Sandman does in this case. You play a bunch of stuff early, slam Sandman on turn 5, and kind of lock out your opponent. Not in the exact same way, but honestly a pretty similar play pattern. So obscure reference here, but it made sense to me. Some of you might love that indeed. So anyway, interesting deck right now, a promising deck, one that with some refinement or maybe just a shift in the meta, I think could become a really scary sort of force. There's also a possibility here that you might want to run a big 6-drop instead of something like Dr. Doom. There were a couple instances where I was ahead in 2 spots and I needed to flip the 3rd spot so that if the opponent kind of covered one of the other 2, I needed to flip it back, and I needed more stats than like Dr. Doom can provide, particularly because Crossbones is like the tall card in this, and he can't flip it back because you're behind, so you can't play him, and Jessica on turn 6 isn't great. So that's what I talk about with refinements a little bit. You know, maybe, you know, cutting, you know, a Nico or something, or a Nightcrawler, one of these small cards, and just running a big Red Hulk or whatever could actually improve this deck, or maybe not. You know, that's what data and time tells us. But just something to keep in mind there. Both of these kind of wide card 6-drops might be overkill. There might be a better shift elsewhere. So anyway, cool little deck, and I think gives Sandman a really promising future and an interesting home already. I do not think this card was killed. It was just changed, and trying to play it in the same way it worked before isn't going to work. You got to find new ways to play it, and this looks like the way to do that successfully, at least for now, it's a good start anyway. Okay. Red Hulk early. Leader is just salivating, just sitting in hand. He's like, yes, show me the Red Hulk. I don't know what Leader sounds like. What does Leader talk like? Does he talk like that? He wants to see the Red Hulk, whatever the case. He's pumped. Yeah, Zemo Stark Tower seems pretty smart. We could still go to Hala, I think, but maybe if I got Gladiator plus something small. Oh, Shang-Chi turned off. Okay. Gladiator, Nightcrawler, garbage. Absolute utter garbage. I really do want to flip back mid here. So it's probably Jessica. This is a pretty good turn 5 if we don't hit Sandman. Yeah. Double discards power is pretty cool on Stark Tower, actually. So we could finish on this next turn too. We could go to 8 because you go to 4 off Stark Tower and then to 8. That's pretty sweet. That increases my chances of finding Sandman. So does that. I have a 1 and 2 to hit Sandman now, but they did get very strong all the same. It's an enormous turn. Sandman. Problem is we're behind now. But if they try to win left or mid with Leader, with Red Hulk, the Leader just matches. As long as we think they don't beat 9 here or 14 here, I think we gotta try. I don't think we win right this game, so I think we just hope that we're not behind. Black Bolt is actually exactly the right size. Because now Leader can match left. Any bigger and we're screwed. You can really see the buff coming to fruition here. So they play this Red Hulk. We just win, right? We just win. I think you play it mid, don't you? What if they're expecting the Leader, though? They could maybe pivot into multiple small... Well, no, not multiple small cards. No, Regis, no. That's the whole point of the deck. That's what Sandman is for. You have to play one thing. If they had like a Doctor Doom, I guess we'd still be fine. I don't know. I think this... There's probably some card that beats this. I'm sure you guys are going to start commenting in the comments down below. Regis, there's 47 cards that beat this. They do have priorities, like Goliath, you know, for instance, beats this. Cool. Cool. Nice. That's the Sandman buff exactly, by the way. This, if you ask, hey, why couldn't you do this before, Regis? This same plan worked. It didn't because Sandman's a 4 before, and the opponent played a 7, and we would have had too big of a power differential to make this work. But when he's a 7, it doesn't always work still, of course, right? There's still moments where they play an 8 power here. Well, I guess actually it needed to be kind of 9 power to outpace the Leader. But you get the idea, right? Is he has to be able to keep up on tempo to maintain a priority match for these sorts of games. So then we just get the free Red Hulks and so on. So, all right. Maximus on 2's chill in this deck. Clearly not your favorite. You'd rather play it a little later if you can, but not a problem. What is this, Nico? I will... I promise I will learn these icons someday. Today is not that day. Yeah, we can go for Hala. Just kind of manipulate the opponent's plays a little bit, maybe. Gladiator here. Then we have kind of Crossbones left, probably, because we still don't expect this Maximus to lose, do we? Maybe it's Gladiator, maybe we do. I don't know. Maybe it's Jessica, but Jessica's kind of risky. Sunspot deck? What is this? Cyclops? Magic. Oh, that's fine too. Magic does make the Sandman a little weirder because he comes down a turn later, and we don't have any way to turn off Limbo, but that's okay. Still good lines overall, I think. Next turn's probably just Jessica, Nightcrawler. I think we put the Nightcrawler right for now. Yeah, maybe not, because we don't want to empower Cyclops with a second card, right? We want to keep Cyclops chilling. So yeah, Sandman on 6 with Nico, and then we'll hopefully have drawn one of our 2 big boys. If not, we'll try to get by with Baron and maybe some sneaky Nightcrawler moves. The opponent might pass on 6 if this is like Infinite She-Hulk High Evo stuff. So that could help. Maybe the Sandman does go right here. Nico, if you play your next card, destroy it to draw 2. I can't play that, sadly. Kind of sucks. I'm just losing 2 power here. I think maybe it doesn't really matter because we're just ahead enough here, and we kind of think the opponent's trying to play 2 cards, and now they can only play 1. And of course, 1 Red Hulk here is not enough to flip 3 spots. And we have the Doctor Doom, so even better. Just fully covered. I mean, leader also, of course, would have matched. And yeah, it's just like this. Every game so far, this just works really well. I don't know, man. You know, this is working so effectively right now that old Sandman would have been fine in most cases, in most games I've played so far. But of course, him having 7 just gives you more likelihood that you're able to lead into that final turn. Okay, Sakaar is fine on all of these. Leader gets a little weird, I guess, with Ebony Maw, but honestly not that bad still. Pixie for them seems really good to cheat early. Gladiator, please be small. Okay, nice. So hopefully we're okay left, but you know, the Ebony Maw makes me think they're cooking, right? Like they're thinking about it. Bro, wait, why is this 7? Bro, that's a pain. Where is the Iceman text of max 6, please? Oh my god, I also have no cards right now. Maybe I should have moved Nightcrawler here to potentially play a Crossbones. Because you'd rather play Jessica on 5. Because now Crossbones gets kind of wasted. Oh, also, I can't. That's not it. No, that's not it. I mean, we realistically do want to play Sandman if we find him. That's the goal, but... Jessica covers this, actually. Minus shenanigans, right? Oh, nice. Sandman, too. Let's go. Yeah, I mean, Sandman leader would cover a Jeff if they're planning to Jeff mid. Maybe not if they do it this turn, I guess. Okay, so War Machine creates a wrinkle because now they can just play whatever anywhere. I guess leader just tries to match. I don't think leader works in Professor X because we don't have the War Machine tech, so leader tries to summon and fails, but maybe we just cover, you know, both spots anyway because leader, we're ahead in both and leader matches anything played outside of the Professor X, so I think that's okay. Oh, She-Hulk and Infinite, not a problem. Yeah, the Sandman plan denied by War Machine, but the leader, I'm ahead plan still working just fine, working wonders here. That's a pretty spicy win, kind of directly countered in a way, but by being just bigger, right? 7 to 6. Okay, Nightcrawler, yeah, man, you can do that. I don't usually like to overcommit too much to a spot, but White Hut Room is so good that it might be worth it. Can we get a good 2-drop here? Come on, baby. And you have Nightcrawler too to bail out. Yeah, this is actually pretty sick. Maximus, pretty great draw before Zemo too, so that's nice. We have Sandman leader, so even if they stole like a Doctor Doom, that's chill. If they do have 2 cards here, I guess we could be in trouble, but since ours is on reveal and theirs would be on play, but I kind of doubt they have 2. They're also going to play a Zemo, I think. In which case, ours reveals first because we have priority. In which case, we benefit from White Hot Room. Now, I actually don't really technically have much to do with White Hot Room at the moment. Oh my god, dude. The second Maximus. They got Nico into Demon, so a tiny buff on their Zemo there. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I mean, I guess we can play the Doctor Doom now. It locks me up here, but we don't really anticipate them having a huge card, maybe. Leader on turn 4 seems bad. I do need to be ahead right when I play Sandman next turn, so 12 theoretically could be enough. Alternatively, they haven't played anything here. I mean, which one are they likely to be bigger at? I don't know. We're more behind here, so I'm going to put Nightcrawler right, but it just depends how big this card is, really, whether or not that's a good idea. Absorbing no target because the Baron Zemo got transformed. I wonder if they knew that. Was that the plan, I guess, or not? Oh, actually, Sandman Gladiator or Sandman Medusa? We pulled a Maximus. We know their Zemo's gone. There may not be a small card for this Gladiator. I think he's actually just too risky for no reason. I think Sandman plus Medusa just gives me a good leader play next turn. I think we'll be ahead mid and right and left. Maybe not mid. We may not be ahead mid, but we'll... Oh. Okay. This is still kind of the same result, right? Because we're going to be ahead mid here, I think. I hope. Maybe not, actually, but I hope. Oh, yeah, we are. Okay, nice. Shang-Chi's a great hit. So they can only play one card. They can't flip 3 spots. Even a Doctor Doom is not big enough here to flip 3 spots. So actually just completely chill. Yeah, they see the writing. Even the Doc Ock's not enough here to counter this game plan. All right. No early game. Literally the 5 cheapest cards missing from our opener is kind of tough to work with. Oh. I mean, Zemo's a good catch-up, right? He's potentially a ton of tempo. Lab kind of suits us as well, I would say. Not exactly, but kind of. We can just, you know, try to win these 2 spots a little harder. Dude, I always hit Blade off the Zemo today. Captain America. We got Hit Monkey, which is pretty bad. Crossbones into Jessica. Oh no, I gotta play Sandman. Crossbones into Sandman. That's fine, I guess. Crossbones really locks us up here, and then you hope, you know, between Sandman and Lab, you hope you're in a good spot. This feels like Helideck again. Magneto sadly creating a tie, but Doctor Doom's still really good at ties, so that's not necessarily a problem. The opponent also just hasn't discarded anything for a Hela, so Hela at the moment is hella weak. See what he did, guys? He's really funny. See what he did? Okay, well that's not hella weak. That's hella bad. Oh, never mind. They discarded Hela. We're back in. we're good to go again. Just kidding. Yeah, I mean this is a good shot. I mean, I don't know what they have. Do they have a Ghost Rider that can pull back a Hela? That would be something, I guess. But other than that, maybe they're in trouble. If it comes down to just a straight card, you know, Heimdall, dude. What? I'm not even mad. Deserved. Absolutely the Heimdall tech, dude. This is the first game I've lost with this deck, and they've earned it. That's in the deck and everything. I'm not even mad, dude. That's insane. Heimdall tech for the win. Let's go. Yeah, Nebula left is good. Some people don't really want to play into the Sentinels. Some people like to, though. Depends on the deck. But also just giving me a good 2-drop is nice. Would we rather go for draw 2 on the Nico with a Nightcrawler? I don't think so, actually. No. I don't really desperately need to draw cards with Sandman in hand. We kind of have our win condition already lined up, so I think a little less important. Aunt Maze, bro, that's insane with doubling. That's really nuts. Okay, Great Web is weird. It's one of those where we don't want to, like, you know, you want a lot of power there, basically, right? But this Nico's a really nice hit for that, because now we have a big commitment there. Like, Green Goblin. Okay, I'll probably just put the Jessica. Oh, well, okay. Nebula's actually kind of chill, too. That's fine. Yeah, Jessica can go left, and then Sandman wherever it needs to go. Obviously not mid, but hopefully this feels like enough. I don't know. Oh, doesn't feel like enough, guys. Oh, Void gets pulled mid though, of course, so that actually helps because it means we don't get as contested by Void, right? I said Sandman wherever, but obviously Sandman has to go right. So this is just a Nihilus, I guess, right? But the thing is, they still actually have to play a card there because Nebula ties. Right? Like, they need to play here or Nebula ties. They can't really move Jeff either much. Is this leader risky at all? I don't know if it is, but I guess it doesn't matter because they have to play to all 3 with the Nebula tie. I guess they're not confident in winning a tiebreaker because we're ahead by 13. That's a pretty big difference. And I'm playing a card, of course. We could have a big Krakoa here. Something is weird with my seat. There we go, solved. But this is good, yeah. Zemo Krakoa is probably as greedy as we would get. I mean, I guess a Gladiator top deck would be pretty sweet. Lizard for them. So this is interesting, right? I built this deck last night and started trying to play it, and the freaking what's it called? The hot location, whatever it is. Maybe we just pass here. Actually, still rocks are important for us. The castle thing, is it castle something that sends over your first played card? Like everybody's playing Havoc and Electro, and I was like, oh, I am not messing with this garbage. This is a miserable experience. Held off till today at 2 o'clock. It's just after 2 playing this once that location went away. I mean, it's insane they make these locations that are so toxic, the hot locations. Oh, they tried to turn off the buff here, but we got around it. Look at us. So anyway, in the meantime, I saw a few different people experimenting with this Sandman, kind of same idea, different deck lists. Like Lambie series was playing around with this, right? There were a few. Oh, that's actually the Jessica location. So yeah, I mean, the idea here is like Sandman into Doom or maybe Leader. The problem is we're behind by 2 right, and that may get worse here. Oh, or not. We're totally happy. We, I guess we kind of memed on their game plan here a little bit. So, yeah, Leader here typically would tie, and we do have a favored tiebreaker here. We could also try to create a tiebreaker with Dr. Doom if we think we're more favored here for a tiebreaker, but I actually think the opponent might play a Dr. Doom, so I think I can just get a Leader bonus and match their Dr. Doom. But this Nightcrawler can still move, so there's some wackiness there. I'm not sure it wants to though, because it doesn't really help mid. It might help mid if they play a Dr. Doom, actually. That could be a reason to move it mid. So anyway, there's been other people experimenting with this shape of deck with different cards. You know, I don't know if this is actually going to be a real thing. I had some success with it for the non-toxic castle games. I don't know what that's called. Castle Toxic? I already forgot the name because I just zoned out so hard. But there might be something to this kind of idea, like gain priority, play Sandman, lock out the game, right? Oh, it's Magneto instead. Interesting. We rip Storm, which is fine for a tiebreaker, right? Yeah, for sure. Cool. Yeah, not the traditional way we win this necessarily, but a totally fine way to win this, I think. They had a great line. You know, Magneto's a big play to this, so. Castle Zemo. I finally got the name of it. Castle Zemo. Let's go Nebula here. I don't want to go in Ant Maze. It's like a little exposed as a 1-drop sometimes to removal. That seems risky. Now Medusa we love. Honestly, Maximus Nightcrawler is totally fine. Maximus left is pretty good. He goes into that 9 power spot where he still dodges Shang-Chi. If he rolls mid for Asgard, you know, that's a bonus. But I don't think mandatory or anything by any means. Okay, opponent's getting a Crossbones. We're getting Baron Zemo. Baron Zemo is their highest cost currently. That's kind of wild. I guess Nightcrawler goes here for Asgard's sake. We can always move him, of course, so. I think we're very likely to have some Crossbones possibilities here. Although, yeah, I'd say, depending on where Maximus goes, it may or may not want to go mid. That's just Nico. Could be a negative one here. Oh, that is negative for them. That hurts. Like, they can't contest Asgard hardly at all now. And they didn't get the benefit of, like, turning off Nebula, but still ended up there. So that's kind of tough. This is exactly where we want Sandman, dude. We're in a great spot for Sandman. Just a really good Sandman position here. Great tempo. Way ahead on priority in 2 spots. Leader pulls their Gladiator, which pulls Elsa. That's great, dude. We basically just killed their turn via that. That's awesome. Oh, they did move theirs mid, but that's actually even better if we get Sandman. Yeah, now we're just ahead in 3 spots. So here, I guess we play Sandman wherever we think they're like most likely to play. Now we don't have leader, so we just want to go for like Dr. Doom here, probably to cover, you know, a wide gamut of areas, and we hope that they just can't match the Dr. Doom across all three, which is usually pretty impossible, minus like Hella stuff. Yes, Sarah Sandman's not the dream, dude. They are a little cooked. They're a little cooked. Of course, we don't have to worry about Goliath in general as much anymore. I mean, still technically kind of good against stuff like Dr. Doom. Really not as much of a concern post nerf, thank God. These are really my first games since the nerf. I played a little bit in that stupid Castle Zemo, and I was like, I'm done with this. This is just garbage. Yeah, opponent recognizes. I mean, it literally, even if I didn't play a card here, they probably can't win, you know? Okay, Nebula Raft. Yeah, I mean, well, that's actually kind of a bad. I was out of time. I was reading a tweet. Yeah, that's kind of the worst place to put Nebula in theory. Although Pet Mansion's saving the day, maybe. We don't love Maximus Hunt 2, but we'll take it. Ultimately, you know, okay, the opponent has a bunch of extra cards. Yeah, you don't get to play him anyway because of Sandman. You fool. I am only going to get the Raft done. Well, I guess if I hit Baron Zemo, I could do it next turn, but it'd be really off curve. I'm just thinking, like, you know, if I play Sandman on 5, you know, this is a symmetrical effect. I can't really play the 0-cost Raft card anyway. Now, that said, you know, there's still some advantage to denying the opponent, potentially. Although, currently, the opponent is not playing any cards. Red Hulk. Okay. Oh, we actually hit the Zemo. We're geniuses. Now we can play the... now we can play the Raft card with Sandman. So, I think that's definitely better than a 4. Bro, not like this, dude. Bro. I mean, to be fair, the Zola was probably going to be hard to use anyway. Okay, so if this is a Hella deck, as it appears it might be, we still have some problems here. Because Hella is certainly a card that can match a Sandman, right? You only need Hella to beat Sandman. So this is probably this deck's one big weakness, which unfortunately it is a big part of the meta right now, Hella. So we'll see. Yeah, and sadly we did not hit. Where is he gonna play? Didn't hit either of our 6s either. I think we're gonna lose right because Dracula is so insane. I mean, maybe not. The opponent has a full hand. I guess if they have MODOK, I mean, maybe it is just traditional discard with Jubilee. No, they had a Giganto, so no, that can't be true. No, I think we lose, right? I think we just lose. I think Hella beats us usually. Yeah, but this is the one weakness for this deck, so actually pretty relevant. Oh, never mind. They just didn't get enough done. Okay, stealing the blade maybe made the difference. I don't know. All right, just kidding. It is. I think this is this deck's weakness, right? I think if anything keeps this sort of deck in check, it will be Hella. But sometimes I guess you get there anyway. Okay, 5-0 so far with this one. Okay, yeah, Nico, we're chill with you. We'll hit a 2-drop, or you know, 1-drops are cool too. Buddy, relax. I am on the toilet. I guess the suggestion is maybe they're taking too long. It's like, hey man, I'm working on something here. I'm on the toilet, okay? Yeah, no, this is really solid, man. Just the goal here is, you know, spreading power, getting priority. We got Sandman in hand, so kind of delightful. That could steal one of my big 6 finishers, but if we get the other one, we're okay. Sometimes okay anyway. Zemo? I dig it. Yeah, let's do Zemo. But it sort of wants to play the cloning vats, and I need space here, so maybe we'll play Nebula mid. Zemo's weird. It may not be any good in a deck like this, but sometimes it's okay. Yeah, all right. We don't really, I guess, have a lot of Shang-Chi plays, but I dig it. Mobius, no problem. We can sort of put this Zemo anywhere because we are expecting to play Sandman into Doom. So Sandman here, Doom wherever. This is good. One spot open, tons of tempo. I mean, just look how many plays I have compared to the opponent right now. Cards on board, you know. Part of that Zemo, of course, but That's oh my. Order at least, maybe? Dang it, dude. That is garbage. I'm very annoyed. Now it's like Sandman's kind of risky. We might have a natural advantage with Nightcrawler, right? We'll see. We'll see how this goes on this turn. Shaw is also making me think a lot about Surfer, which unfortunately is a 1-card way for them to spread a ton of power. Also the Broodling. So now Surfer becomes this real check, doesn't it? I do, if I play leader, weirdly benefit quite a bit from Surfer myself. Maybe not quite as much as the opponent, because they gain +4 here. I would only gain +2. So leader would result in a tie. They would gain 2 here, plus maybe the Surfer. I'm ahead by 4 here. They play the Surfer here, same, I would tie. Do I win a tiebreaker? Yeah, because I get 2 3s here. They have 3 3s here. So they would net, they're ahead by 1, they would net a +2. That's a 3-point advantage. I have a 4-point advantage here, but I guess it would only be a 2-point advantage. So no, this would actually lose a tie. Does Dr. Doom just win? Surfer could beat this here. Only 5 here is 13. We think they're at 15. Yeah, I think we lose to Surfer tiebreakers. I think Doom's too small. I'm gonna play it out because it's funny, but I think we lose to Surfer tiebreakers, right? I don't think there's any way for us to win. It's very close though. Look at this. Wow. This is cool, dude. This is cool. So see, if we moved the Nightcrawler mid as it was, we would be ahead 9-7 and the opponent would be ahead 15-12. It's literally a 1-point difference. That's cool, dude. Yeah, I don't think Doom got there, right? We decided, okay, TVA. Man, that's my second TVA game of the day. We're like pretty good at TVA if we hit the right stuff, but currently, oh, okay, that's potentially helping the opponent. But I mean, you gotta play cards in TVA games, no question. Not really thinking Raft is relevant. Oh, Zabu. That's pretty cool. Oh, this could really come down to X Mansion, huh? I'll give it a little boost since we're ahead the other 2 spots. Maybe waste it if X Mansion rolls better. I really do need something better than Jessica, though, I think. Like Zemo. Crossbones is maybe not helpful. Depends on what the opponent does, you know. It's a big Jubilee. Okay, Ravona's flippable. That's nice. Juggernaut into Daredevil. Okay, nice. So we're ahead here. We can flip here, and we're ahead here, which is all pretty good stuff. Let's do this, I guess. Cover all 3. I mean, there's definitely combinations of cards that lose this, though, like a 2 and a 2 that are the right size, or Ravona has discounts. So, you know, a green goblin and a 2-drop or something. There's definitely combinations here. But it's hard. It's not easy. Zabu, you know, he only discounted last turn, so we don't worry about Zabu discounts this turn. So no, like 4 and 1. If they play a 4, they're only going to get a 4. Yeah, minus Ravona, I guess, but you know. Maybe it looks like a negative deck, by the way. Like some of this looks like negative stuff. Yeah, there's some of it. Okay. Early curve doing work, thank God. And winning here helped too, you know. Like we had a little bit of advantage anyway, but just 3 might have made all the difference. Who knows?